able to maintain very close distance because of these advancements. And this was another, just reading about another person who had come from Brazil. He was also saying that actually he still has a lot of friends in Brazil with whom he regularly communicates as compared to the actual friends he has in Netherlands. And all this is actually due to internet only. And as we can see, the melting of distance barrier by IT has actually lowered the threshold for individual migrants to undertake the step of migration. This means now there is not so much sense of loneliness and sense of missing our near and dears as it was say 20 or 30 years back. And in fact, one of the person was saying that if I was to migrate 20 years ago without this technology, then it would have been much more difficult for me because I would have really missed my friends and bonds over there. But now it's very easy, I can really communicate with them daily and I don't feel the distance. And in fact, Microsoft has also launched a program, Microsoft Today program, whose purpose was also, this is for Philippines, whose purpose was that the Philippine workers, when they go abroad, so they should not feel lonely and not miss the family. So they were specially given a training and they were actually not very computer savvy. So under this program, those workers, immigrants, as well as their family members, they are being given actual training for using the internet and how to communicate, send email, how to chat, so that they remain in close contact with each other. Then the next actually stage which has come is the social networking. Social networking has, besides reducing the distance, actually it has given the feeling of community also. Now we can just create communities over there and people with the same interest can just meet over there. And unlike the offline communities which may weaken once the members left the physical space, for example, if I'm in India, if I just go from here, then I may not be in constant touch. But if you are online, so if you want to ship from India to say USA, but still I can maintain the same contact or remain in touch with all the online members of my community on the social media. Just example, so many communities of Punjabi are available on Facebook. And in fact, another big revolution has been these online newspapers. In fact, I remember when in 1999, first time I went to Singapore, I went there for 1 week and then I was totally cut off from the world over here. I did not know what is happening over here. But then later on, when online newspapers came, now whenever we go abroad, actually daily we have the full updates of whatever is happening in India and back home in Patiala. This is because of the online newspapers. And in fact, many times we find that the people just sitting abroad, they get the news much more early than us. In fact, whenever some news about our university comes, some good news comes, so then we will be reading when we wake up, and when we wake up, by that time we find many congratulation messages are there because they have read it before us. And interestingly, I was just reading, in fact in France they have even coined a new term, Diaspora. Diaspora is the people who are diaspora community which is spread and which is existing online. And just to conclude, so internet has interlinked the diaspora spread across the world. It has demolished all the geographical barriers virtually, and the people are being connected, and it provides a sense of belonging with their motherland. So this was in brief about the distance barrier. Now we come to the next barriers, for which in fact our university has also played a role in melting those barriers. The first one is the language barrier. In fact, language barrier again is in two senses. First language barrier is when supposing I go abroad, then over there, if the people over there speak English, then it's fine, but if they don't speak English, for example, if I go to any European country, then that's a very big language barrier over there. Otherwise also, if you go to USA also, again over there we have many issues, as it is just written. It's not that they don't speak exactly the same English which we speak. It has different slangs, different accent, different pronunciation, different style of expressing. So that again is a language barrier. And in fact, it's interesting to see, I was just looking at the internet, there are a lot of videos actually which have been made and a lot of websites which have come up, which just are telling you how to say speak in American English, American using American accent, and even there are videos which using Hindi they teach us English language. So actually that is how ICT is trying to play the role in breaking that language barrier. Just an example of a website is this website that Indians abroad. So they from there they have actually given full tips from Desi English to fluent English. Actually the English which we speak is also known as English because of a combination of Hindi and English. So from Desi English to fluent English, so how you can go and improving that. So actually in this website they have given very good tips over there. Similarly how to lose your accent. And then there, as I mentioned, there are many videos for learning English also. So to learn English using Hindi language, learn American accent, learn American accent for Indians and so on. So this is my purpose over here is that how IT is actually striving to remove this language barrier. Then the other language barrier which Dr. Diaspora was also talking about is language barrier of the next generation of diaspora which is staying. And I am talking in terms of Punjabi diaspora. So the second or third generation of Punjabi diaspora, they actually are more familiar with English language as compared to the Punjabi language or the local language being spoken over there. So over there, the parents are worried that their language will be lost. So how their children or the next generation should be encouraged to learn the Punjabi language. So over there, actually, our university has also put in, you can say, we have put in efforts and they have yielded also good results. So over there are two ways of breaking this language barrier. Obviously, first is the translation tools. Second is the websites and videos of Punjabi learning. Translation tools actually, because whenever we talk of developing any software for Punjabi, the first thing people ask is that can this software convert from English to Punjabi or vice versa? Because that's the immediate need of all the people, and in fact Google is working very aggressively for developing translation tools, and currently Google is supporting 103 language pairs, which works very well for English and most of the European languages. But unfortunately for English and most of the Indian languages, it still has a lot of path to cover. So this again is one big challenge where even though we have still also a lot of distance to cover over here. Then another very interesting solution which has been provided for language translation is Skype, and in fact it's quite interesting also, where you have real-time speech-to-speech translation between 6 language pairs: English, French, German, Chinese, Italian and Spanish. So it means that supposing a person is speaking in German, the person on the other end, he does not know German, he knows English only, so he will be speaking German and he will be hearing it in English. He speaks in English and the person who is back over here will be listening in German. And in fact, both Google and Skype they have set a target that say next 10 years, most of the language pairs for machine translation they will be covered. In fact, I just like to give a real life demo also of this Skype, where we have 2 persons, one is knowing German, the other knowing English, and how they are actually communicating with each other without knowing the each other's language. Then, as I mentioned, besides the software for translation, the other option is providing the facilities for learning the language. So over here, actually, for the last 12 years, Punjabi University has been striving for development of software for Punjabi teaching. So we have developed so far a multimedia-based interactive website for Punjabi learning, e-book for Punjabi learning, as well as video lectures for Punjabi learning. These have already been developed so far. This is since our target over here were the NRI kids, so we made it as interactive and interesting as possible. So as we can see, we had the animation of all the characters along with the pictures and showing how the character is to be drawn. Then we had games also over there. Quizzes were also there. This is again the handyman quiz in Punjabi. Then stories were also there. So the thirsty crow story is there. Similarly, we have rhymes also in Punjabi. And then the book A Starting Punjabi by Dr. Harjeet Singh Gill, actually this has completely been digitized and all the sentences come over there. Actually we have recorded them also, so that a person who is reading the book, he can also hear the exact pronunciation of all the words and all the sentences over there. So this book is also available online. Then we had also prepared 21 video lectures for Punjabi also. And in fact, all these three initiatives were highly appreciated. And in fact, in more than 156 countries, we just collected the data, in more than 156 countries, people are actually using our website for learning Punjabi. And this was published in Times of India also, this news. Then we had also conducted a few workshops also for Punjabi learning for the diaspora in USA and Canada. Then now we are extending the Punjabi learning website too, because it was developed more than 12 years back. So over the years, technology has really changed. So now that website was actually for animation, it was using Flash, which is not easily, on most of the mobiles you can't play the Flash animations. And also now since mobile and smartphones have become more commonly, for the next generation, they are more commonly using these as compared to the computers or laptops. So now we are now aiming to develop a website which actually will be accessible on all the devices, including computers, laptops, smartphones, then your iPads, etc. And it will play easily on all of them. And it is now basically based on video lectures only. So we are now having the course material will be in form of 150 video lectures, each of 8 to 10 minutes duration. And these lectures will have video clips capturing actual real life situations and record different pronunciations. Each video will be followed by multiple choice quiz, assignments, and downloadable audio and printed material. And the website will be responsive. So it will be designed in such a way so that it can run smoothly on all viewing devices, phones, tablets, computers, etc. And actually at the end of this talk, I will just be giving the demonstration of a few lectures which we have completed. As I mentioned, we will be working on 50 such lectures. Then after language barrier comes the next barrier, which is the script barriers. Script barrier not only means Gurmukhi, Shamukhi, but even Roman and Gurmukhi. In fact, many people now abroad, they can speak Punjabi, but they are not able to use Gurmukhi script. Or they may be able to write Gurmukhi script on paper, but they may not be able to write Gurmukhi script on computer, or they may not know how to type it. So that again becomes a barrier. So for this, as I mentioned, we have already developed websites and videos for teaching the Gurmukhi script, as well as script conversation software has also been developed. So we developed tools to automatically convert the following scripts: Roman to Gurmukhi, Gurmukhi to Roman, Shamukhi to Gurmukhi, and Gurmukhi to Shamukhi, as already mentioned by Dr. Jaswinder Singh. So why we need Gurmukhi to Roman to Gurmukhi? As I mentioned, many people, they may be knowing Punjabi and even Gurmukhi script to write on paper, but they may not be able to type it on the system. So in this Roman to Gurmukhi script conversion, a person will just type Punjabi in Roman and that will be converted to Gurmukhi. And it could also be used to convert any existing Punjabi text from Roman to Gurmukhi. This is just an example of Romanized. I will give the actual demonstration also. So as you can see, if I just type KHAN, so all the possible options pop up, and the most appropriate option will be seen is always at the top. Similarly, supposing we have names in English, so we can just use this Roman to Gurmukhi translation the software to convert the names from English to Gurmukhi. So actually, this utility is being used by the degree section in our university. So because over there it's compulsory that the names should be both in Gurmukhi and English. So they, instead of retyping the words, so they are just using this software to convert the names from English to Roman, Gurmukhi. Then the reverse Gurmukhi to Roman transliteration. This is also useful for people who know Punjabi language but they can't read Gurmukhi script. So over there, the text is converted from the Gurmukhi script to Roman. And in fact in Punjabi teaching also we are using this because a person may not be immediately knowing the Gurmukhi script, so we are simultaneously showing the text in Roman also. Just an example, so over here we have text, this is in Gurmukhi and this text is converted to Roman. Then similarly we have the Shyamukhi to Gurmukhi and Gurmukhi to Shyamukhi, so we have the system which can convert any book or document from Shyamukhi to Gurmukhi with almost more than 97% accuracy. The text in Shyamukhi and this text converted to Gurmukhi. Similarly, reverse actually is easier, so its accuracy is more than 98% as compared to Shyamukhi to Gurmukhi. So we can easily actually, when I was giving the demonstration, you see that we can convert complete thesis or complete book in just 10-15 minutes from Gurmukhi to Shyamukhi with more than 98% accuracy. This is the text on the upper half is in Gurmukhi and this is converted to Shyamukhi. So actually the major advantage over here is that the formatting as such is retained. Whatever pictures, tables they don't get disturbed at all. So now actually I'll be spending rest of my time on giving the actual demonstration of what we have developed. First demonstration is for the this is for the recently launched software Akkar, which was just launched 3 days back by our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chief Secretary, Mr. Samesh Kaushik Chandigarh. And actually, even after we just launched it 3 days back, but in this period only more than 400 downloads have been there. And interestingly, out of those, we just analyzed 10 downloads from 10 different countries people have downloaded. So that means already the diaspora is actively using this. So the first demo which I like to give is how to actually convert text from Roman to Gurmukhi. So I just write, say, I'm just typing in Roman and it is being converted to Gurmukhi. So the major advantage over here is that it's not necessary for a person to know the typing in Gurmukhi. You can just type in Roman and automatically the text is being converted to Gurmukhi. And another big advantage over here is that we have inbuilt spell checker. So automatically it is correcting the spelling also. So for example, if I say just write K-A-L, so this call K-A-L actually it has converted this to proper Padak and Parihaha. So even though it was just C, just write K-A-L. Similarly, if you just type say K-I-L-A, Khilaf. So over there, proper Kakha with Bindi and Kakha with Bindi appear. So it's not necessary for the user to know the spellings, but it is like always forcing it to the user to give the final output in proper spellings. And if supposing I have say some abbreviations, you may just type this. So this I don't have to actually look for how to type the abbreviations. Similarly, so these abbreviations also could easily be typed. Then another thing you will observe is that it is also context sensitive. So if I just type say SSEI, so this such is coming after this RD. So then actually you see that at the foot it has put this column search. Search. Otherwise, if I just say write now, if I write now over here, if I just write Sanu such, so now this is taken the such. So over here, so automatically it is taking the correct context over here. So this is the first option which I mentioned, is for easy typing for